Let's have a chat with Alfie Stirling, Head of Economics at the New Economics Foundation. Alfie, welcome to the show.
Hi there, thanks a lot.
So 4-day week, there are companies that have gone out and have tried this. How's it gone for them?
Yeah, there are a number of companies that have shifted voluntarily, and that's because they've come to the view that, I mean, it was kind of the discussion that your guest just had. Many companies come to the view that overall output won't fall, and that's because more gets done in the time people are working, and that comes from a number of different factors. So it can partly be the things that your guests were discussing around morale, productivity goes up because people are better rested, more higher well-being, higher morale, but it's also because the firms then put in place systems to be more productive, so whether that's better equipment or better management practices, which get forced once you kind of set this kind of straitjacket of some shorter days, and invariably you do see productivity go up. But I think it's also a fair point that, I guess a couple of points. One is you wouldn't necessarily want to do this overnight for the entire economy. You'd want to see a kind of a gradual kind of runway to doing so, and there are a number of ways in which you can do that.
I think Labour are talking about a 10-year plan, aren't they?
So the Labour Party, I think, are still yet to commit. We've obviously seen the report from Lord Skidelsky, who's a crossbench peer in the House of Lords that was commissioned by Labour, and that talked about, in particular, sectoral bargaining. So you would allow different sectors of the economy to come up with a strategy together, and they needn't all be the same. We've actually done work to say, why don't you let the workers choose? So actually, almost like a pact between the state and workers could take the form of increased statutory leave. So if you allowed holiday to gradually rise over, say, the next 10 years, that would, in effect, increase paid time off. But you wouldn't force everyone to do a 4-day week. People could choose when they take that time. Could be in blocks, could be even more evenly spread. But these are the sorts of policies that would allow you to get to a quite more radical place, but more gradually and more practically.
Alfie, as I was saying earlier, I think there's a certain presumptuousness about this, that it assumes that people, don't want to work, they want to be away from work as much as possible. What about the millions of people who do want to do 5-day weeks, who actually like working?
So, well, I think that's one of the strengths of a policy like increasing statutory leave. So it would give people the choice.
What if they don't want the statutory leave?
Then, as was the case with current statutory leave, there's a relationship between the employer and the employee. It can either be converted to cash, other benefits, or rolled on into future years. So it would be treated just as it is today, with the employee having as much discretion as possible. But
you would be imposing a system on a lot of people who don't want a reduction in the number of days a week they work now, and they don't want more holidays.
I would challenge that as a proposition. I don't think he's one of them.
Well, why? It's true.
I don't think most people do want to work more.
But some people do.
Well, some people may do, and as I say, that if you implement this through statutory leave, then you're giving people the choice. But I think most people work in order to have a life, in order to have income to live, and so if you hold pay constant, so you make this paid time off, the vast majority of people will pick to have time away from work than time in work.
Well, maybe they won't.
Alfie, why has the CBI come out against this?
So the CBI, obviously you'd have to ask them, and I'm not a spokesperson for them, and it may not be unfair me representing them. But in general, the CBI are, and with reason, are sceptical of the cost for business. So they'd be concerned about what the cost of business might be. But actually, what a lot of the research on this has shown is, particularly if you hold pay constant, so if you, like, for example, for increasing statutory leave, what happens is consumption in the economy is going to grow, and that's because while people are not at work, but they've still got their pay packet, they're able to spend that during their leisure time. And that means actually that firms can then produce more output and have higher profits as a result of that increased demand. So I think the CBI tend to not look at the full balance sheet, if you like, or the full economy when they're thinking about this.
Can I ask a question? So you have the 4-day week, and what happens to retirement? Are we looking at 65 and some are saying 70? Do we still look at that type of retirement age?
So I think that in general, the overarching principle should be, let's make sure the economy is working for people. I mean, at the end of the day, we don't have an economy for any other purpose than to provide for all of us, for all of society. So when you're talking about questions like 4-day week, like retirement, the bottom line has got to be, what is the maximum we can get from our economy? But I think one of the interesting questions around retirement is, why do we have, quite a big cliff edge where you kind of get to a certain age and then you're expected to retire and kind of go from full-time work into no work? And actually the state pension policy reflects that, in that you're kind of either entitled to your state pension or you're not, and it's this one age pivot. Well, actually, we're interested in looking at whether or not you might draw down a bit of your pension early and have a tapered retirement, so maybe move to a 3 or 4 day week a few years before retirement, but also retire a bit later as a consequence. The overall cost of the state is the same, but people are able to smooth their journey into retirement.
Alfie, one last question. Do you think Labour are going to run on a manifesto that includes a 4-day week in the upcoming election?
I am expecting something on work time. I think that for a lot of the reasons discussed here, I don't think they are likely to, prescribe this kind of rigid 4-day week for everyone. Much more likely we'll see more sensible policies around how do you get different sectors, different workplaces, different individuals to be able to choose to take more time off without a drop in pay. So I do expect we'll see policies that help to deliver that.